Hey, welcome everybody to Battle Pirates Crib. We're going to talk about Cut and Run, the second and last 9.5 skirmish cycle. We're going to be jumping. Is it 9.5 or is it 9? Whatever. We're going to be jumping into Siege next time around with the Gladius. So let's go ahead and get things started. I think Derpy's still off broadcasting the live preview because he didn't get the Gladius tokens, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later. And how are you doing, Lady Cat?
Good. Hi, everybody.
And Magic Mike?
Just fine. Happy Led Zeppelin Day.
Okay. Is it 8/12?
Yeah.
Why is it Led Zeppelin Day?
Because the first time they played
August
together.
12th, 1968, Jimmy Page with Robert Plant and John Paul Jones and John Bonham played together for the first time.
Okay. All right. So there we go. And let's move on to the first slide.
Try again. There we go.
There you go. So the first bug fix is fixed issues where the High Guard Warden field range wasn't being displayed in combat. Field range. Okay. And fix an issue where the Mega Drones did not appear to be launching correctly in battle. I don't know anybody that still deals with Megas. And that is by choice. Not because they don't want to be friends with me, but I've chosen not to be friends with them. And fix an issue where pirates were unable to select enemy ships in FM 127. Huh. That's well, it's just with the HTML5, which still seems to have a fair amount of bugs. I was watching TSM earlier, and doing the raid preview, and I noticed then in the upper left he was not taking any damage, which has been a problem for a good long time. And then the next target he was taking damage, so it seems to be erratic as far as what happens in HTML5. And we have 3.5 months left until HTML5 is our only choice. So anybody have any thoughts on the bug fixes?
No, but I do wish they get HTML5 problems worked out because I'd like to start using it more. But stuff like this is why I don't use it more.
Yeah. Yep. And a lot of people are getting performance issues with older computers, but I guess with more, I don't know if it's just straight processing power or video display, they are getting better performance, as you've noticed, Mike, right? Okay. Well, Mike's having performance issues at this point. So, all right, we'll skip. He got another computer, and it was getting much better performance to HTML5, and I guess he's using his older computer at this point. So we will move on. All right, we are in the August raid cut and run. We have next week is the new FM cycle. God knows what we'll get at this point. I'm not going to guess anymore. August VXP weekend, which may not be necessary. It may be more of a preview thing, which we'll get into later. The August drinking contest and the GD, the Game Designer Diary, to be Canadian, and the PV Hall calendar, which we're all waiting for. So
I'm gonna cross my fingers it's accurate this time.
Yep. And speaking of which, let's click to the next little pop-up. Here's the last one. As you see, we have August 21st is the last date. We assume that we're going to have the Gladius TLC for the Gladius. And
On the 21st during the HT weekend?
no, we assume that's going to be the 28th.
Okay.
We assume it's not written there, but we
Right.
assume that it will be the 28th. And my expectation is we will see. Damn it, I forget the name of the new limited. It is the Capulus cannon. I would expect to be able to get 5 in there, along with the non-limited cannon, along with probably some upgrade tokens and build tokens for the Gladius that we should see at that point. How are you doing there, Derpy?
Well, I'm all right. How's everyone else?
Pretty good. Feeling pretty?
Oh, you know it.
Yeah. And 31 is close to 25. I found that out earlier. So that's it. We're going to get a new one, which will deal with, I guess, October and November during that week. And I guess we can move on one more time. All right. Cut and run. As we noticed with the last raid, what was the name of the last raid?
Oh, I don't know, but I remember the picture.
Yeah. It
Whole
seems
time or
like,
something.
yeah, well, I forget what the name of was it Hang On, or I forget what it was, but
Was it Hold Fast?
Yep,
Hold
that's
Fast,
right.
Hold Fast, that's it, Hold Fast, that's right. Wow, Mike coming in with
Hey,
the memory call. Look at that.
a whole month.
Yep, and Hold Fast was somebody at the surface of the water for some reason holding on to an anchor, and it appears that they decided to cut and run at this point. I still don't understand the sense behind originally holding this anchor above water, because it does not appear to be attached to anything.
Wait, what was? I read something on forums that said we dropped the anchor. Is that a badge?
I think that is one of the badges. I mean, though
We dropped
I
the
wish
anchor,
that,
boys.
yeah, I mean, but the anchor's not attached to anything, because you remember the hold fast where there was 2 hands that were disembodied, not attached to anything, holding on to both sides of the anchor, keeping it like somewhat above, I think completely above water. And it seems like those disembodied hands have now dropped the anchor, maybe to protect the reef down below, which we see in the background, but I'm not really sure the understanding of why they did that, except for to mitigate any environmental damage that would have been caused by dropping this anchor on a reef.
Well, we wouldn't want to have any of that now, would we?
Yes, yeah, no, that's true. So maybe that's the reason behind it. So alrighty, and we'll get into cut and run. As like I explained before, this is the last skirmish raid before we proceed to siege with the Gladius. So let's see what we got. Oh, well, it seems like everybody that built any sort of mutineer got 4 free Gladius upgrade tokens, except for Derpy. Do you have any explanation?
I do not have an explanation. I did not get my Gladius upgrade tokens, and some other people got 8. I even heard rumors about people getting 10. And
No, I
got
should
0.
check. I should check and see if I got.
I didn't even know they were there.
I should check and see if I got 8.
I have 1 ship at X1, 2, 3 of them are at U3, and then 1's at U2. There's someone in Discord who got 0, who has a U0 fleet, and got the tokens.
Mhm.
I have a U3 average upgrade fleet, and I didn't get the tokens. What's going on? Why?
Do you think this is a punishment for some other action you took?
That's probably, I don't know. I don't know what I've done.
You know, if you got blacklisted and I didn't, I'm not sure what the the requirements were to. Yeah, it is interesting that you didn't get it, and you looked. It's all the way at the bottom, as you might have guessed.
Yeah, I scrolled all the way down. I looked through all of it anyway, and I have a support ticket in. I'll have to see if someone responded.
I did get
Oh,
them.
let's see. A player expert has responded to my request. They're probably going to tell me Gladius tokens don't exist. They're telling me the offer is available to a limited number of players, which is complete bullshit.
But his tongue between his lips and he blew.
It is a limited number of players. Everybody but you.
Everybody but me.
Everybody
I
but
have
you.
it.
Did
That's
he?
the number.
And some people got yours.
Did he
Yes.
say? I mean, did he say anything else, Derby?
He said limited availability, not shown for you. There's no way to trigger it. There will be future offers that are available to me.
Bye. Yeah,
And no,
I know.
this was given to all players with a built Munir fleet. I'm a player with a built Munir fleet. Why do I not have the Gladius tokens?
There you
I
go.
don't know. I don't know.
Well-
I should check and see if I have 8 now, though.
I've got 4.
That was I
Mhm.
got like a 1-day token of something. Maybe you're gonna go there, but
I don't know. A 1-day token of something. What does that mean?
something. Well, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember.
Was it after pillage?
It was just when I logged on here a while.
But what is it?
Actually, I think it was an up. I'm looking for it.
That's
Oh,
probably.
you got the leaderboard prize.
That's
Just
probably what it was.
participating for one.
That's what it was.
Yeah, upgrade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
participation.
Yeah, everybody that participated in Pillage received one of those. So
Yeah. Okay.
that's
So I have now two meters upgrade. Okay.
okay.
So
That's what it
I
was.
still don't
That
have
is-
mine. And
Okay.
if you get a response from a player expert telling you that you shouldn't be eligible, I'm gonna route mine up.
Route it.
I'm gonna try and get it to customer service.
Well, you know, DPs are always right, correct?
But only half of them.
I see. All right. 1 second. I'm making sure I don't.
know. Come on.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm just checking to see. No, I'm still at 4. I'm not at 8 yet. So, let's.
Still working on it.
Yep. So,
Does any of you have a U2 Mutineer, a single U2 one?
No.
No.
Howard.
Me-
Howard got. He got nothing as well. Howard, do you? How many?
Do you have anything that's lower than U3?
I did not.
'Cause
Leonard Skinner got
that-
4. The people that are saying they don't have things or they got 4, can the same message, can you tell me what the condition of your ship is by just saying all this, or just say U1, U2, da-da-da-da? Because that would be much more helpful as far as figuring out if there is a dividing line and how they divided off, how they separated Derpy from the pack and the wolves. So, alrighty. Well, I'll get back to you guys as far as those that got everything and those that got nothing, and see where the dividing line was and if it made any sense. So, alrighty, let's move on to the targets. All right. We have the new X targets. Okay, well, there we go. We got some interest. 3 at U3, 2 at U2 got no tokens for Ninja Penguin. Leonard Skinner, who says I got 4, no upgrades on mine yet.
There's Franco. 2 got 4 and has it all above a U2 level. So if I upgraded my last Munir, if I instead of doing it to U3 to X1, I want a U2 to U3, I would have got it.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like if you have any at U2, you don't get it.
Well,
Which
no,
is-
Mitchell says he got 4 in a his or X1. Never mind.
Yeah.
There's someone who says he got it and his are all at U0. So either what the
Sounds random.
3 times X1, 2 times U2, no tokens. 4 tokens, 1 times X1, 4 times U3, which that falls within
That's
what
what I
our
had.
expectations. And then flag is X1, 2X2, and 2-3, but we don't know, Howard, if you got the tokens.
Howard said no.
Oh,
earlier.
okay.
And
Okay.
he says X2. That probably means U2.
No, so
it looks like if you have any at U2, even if you have the others at X1, you don't get tokens. What? How? That doesn't.
I don't understand why it wouldn't be an all or nothing.
It says it goes to Munir's people who have built a quote elite an elite Munir fleet. My Munir fleet is the elite of the elite. It's the best fleet that there ever was.
And never or ever will be.
Yes, of course.
All right. And then James, mine are all U3, no tokens here. So it does appear to be a mixed random bag of except for everybody that was all U3 and above seemed to get them. And then if you did not have that, it was RNG.
It was just random.
Well, that's what it looks like to me. You know, you've seen the same thing I've gone through. As long as everybody's reporting honestly, it appears if you got all U3 and above, you got them. If you didn't, it would just seem to be random. I mean, that's the way it looks. And then, well, no, James, mine all U3, no tokens here. How long ago did you get to U3? Was that was that today that you got them all to U3? Because there also could be a timeline associated with this. So yeah, I don't know. And they've never really been public as far as what the dividing line is. So hopefully everybody that fulfilled whatever requirement, unless it's some sort of random, gets them prior to the end of the raid or whenever they figure this out. If that makes sense.
Well, hopefully everybody will get them. I do think it was a nice gesture on Kicks because they gave the free fleet to everybody in case somebody needed it to play the game, but they rewarded those of us that have played the game and did the work and put the effort in. So I appreciate the gesture, and I hope they fix the problem.
Yeah. So, alrighty. We have the X target, which I know you were doing a preview. I missed the 909, and mostly, and we'll get into that later if you want to, Derpy. As far as this is the one that has the are the ships actually cloaked and then uncloaking?
Yes, they start. All the battle cruisers start cloaked.
Okay, but and then we have the S targets, the new 124 and 126. They have some similarities to the previous ones. The 126 doesn't have as many clouds as it did previously, right? And it does not have this cloaking and uncloaking.
And the best part is the rings.
Yes, yeah. The rings is an overall improvement. As far as the visibility, and I think we'll get to those if we can have somebody hit one of the targets so people can see the differences. And I don't know. I don't have anything to say about A and B, except there's no C targets anymore for some reason. Any thoughts on this?
Well, the Zealot target, I can actually auto the 90 for 100,000 points for in-base repair. So there's an option for you.
Okay. Alrighty. And okay, well, let's move on to the abbreviated raid store.
The abbreviated store.
Not part of the abbreviated raid store is the Aramakila, 4.5 million still. I'm so proud of them for keeping that up. Just not paying any attention to the fact that the Praetorian is no longer a relevant ship, and it's almost twice as expensive. Well, let me see. The limited Capulus cannon, yes. So it's twice as expensive as the Capulus cannon for the Gladius, the brand new tech. So it cost 4.5, twice as much to claim the Golden Eagle / Ormaquila for the Praetorian, which is fading away, and nobody should be spending anything more than free build tokens on. And some people probably, on this panel would say, don't even spend free build tokens on them.
But it rocks.
Yeah, I'm just proud of them just keeping that up.
Rocks in those 120s.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
goodness.
Yeah. So I don't know. The other really interesting thing that I found in the raid store, which we have not, I don't recall at any point that we've seen, is that we will see. They're not showing. Okay, they're not showing on this list. Okay, for some reason I was looking at the larger list you can see in the game. Wait, the Gladius VXP token. Oh, they're way at the top. I'm sorry. They were way at the top. I was looking further down. We have Gladius VXP tokens. 50 for the large, which you can claim 8, which is 400,000, which should be enough to upgrade 4 ships, assuming that the maximum is 100,000 VXP to skull them. And then you have the availability of the medium, which are 10,000. So that's another 100,000 in case you want to do a 5th ship. And this is sort of interesting. And this is actually one of those things where I think they looked forward and the expectations as far as the players building things. Because as we'll see, the build time of the Gladius combined with that of the mass moment stabilizers is pretty long. It's about 5.5 days for the for the Gladius. And then we'll get into the details, but I would take a stronger look at these VXP tokens than you might originally, because I think their expectations is that people aren't going to have the ship and the mass momentum. It's supposed to be momentum. I don't know why it's mass moment. Is it momentum? Okay, whatever. But these are some long times in order to get things done. I was estimating about 6.5 days because with the ballistic-based ships, you basically need to have that range extender to really get much done. And I don't know. We'll get more in that in detail once we look at these individuals and individual technologies and what the build times are.
I have a theory. My theory is that there's a drinking contest going on during VXP weekend. Everybody's going to be trying out all these drinks, and I'm not going to have time to do VXP.
Mm.
So they're giving you an option to get it done ahead of time. Be responsible.
Yeah. I'm still going with the long build time. I'm going with the long build time. So, is there anything else in this list that jumps out at anybody? Okay. If not, let's move on to the ship.
No Everest upgrade kits?
But well, they came and went. They were there for a while. If you could claim them, prior to the raid, they were there. They were replaced with the Gladius upgrade kits. It seems to be a little bit of the cut and paste issue that seems to be plaguing Kixeye at times, as far as because we also had this last raid where they were in there, and then they were removed prior to the raid. But document review, it's a real thing, people. So let's see. This is the Gladius. This is going to be our new siege ship for the next 2 raids after this one. I've compared it to the Punisher MK2, which is not really an absolutely fair comparison because one is the Punisher is a launcher weapon, while the Gladius is a ballistic weapon. But one thing that you might notice is, I think by tier 10, we're going to need to start rounding down the number of zeros that's going on here with the armor points, which I think we had to, I forget what else that, 470 million.
Don't even get me started on that, because the damage from this thing on a conservative build gets to be 2.5 billion for 5 ships.
Yeah. I mean, they made all those refactor type things for survival because we couldn't figure out the numbers, and now we're gonna, now we're throwing out these massive numbers. Thank God they're putting commas on these. That's so helpful, because at one point they weren't putting commas; it was just numbers, and I'm like, how many is that? You have to go back and count the zeros, but this needs to be curtailed at some point and normalized to a lower number, because you guys have reached that limit, I think, already with if not by tier 10, you're getting close with tier 9.5. So same max weight, massive increase of over 3 times the additional armor. The attack is not comparable because of the different weapon types, but we do see a huge increase in raw ballistic damage, but I don't think it's very comparable. And then building damage, we do get a 50% increase. There is no there is no survival inherent in the hull besides the auras, which are further down. We do get a 15% evade bonus, which was not present with the Punisher. The other thing to know about the Punisher is it has 8 weapon slots. None of them they're all standard. None of them are for countermeasures, so you don't have to worry about what weapons you put on there because you don't really have any choices. And you also see a reduction in the armor slots from 6 to 2, and some of that has been reflected in the longer build time for the hull and weapons. So it's not that you're saving time, it's just they've allocated your time elsewhere by putting 2 armor slots on instead of 6. This sonar range of 64, I have no idea what that's about until we see.
My guess is mine's in the target. Like we had the Punisher. Sometimes they're underwater and need sonar, right?
I'm assuming it's something like that because besides like a glitch many years ago, ballistic can't shoot underwater. There was a glitch at some point. If you put certain specials on, ballistic would fire underwater, but unless they're changing some more rules, that's not the case. So this would be for avoidance, I assume. And why did they put thermal on? I don't know. Because thermal is a more straightforward thing, and since the Gladius can't interact with PvP ships, it's more straightforward. And then we see the special abilities, a lot of things. We see the Legion Honor aura is very similar to what we've seen in so many other ships, where within a range of 40, we got a boost in survival. So, yeah, the built-in fuse lighter thrower, I have no idea until we see the target. It's
sounds like range of 25. It's a match that lights off a huge casting explosion. That could either be buildings that damage the enemy. I don't know.
Well, you wouldn't assume that it would damage you because it only has a range of 25.
Well, that would mean that you'd have to stay at more than 25 away from things, or you'd get damaged a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And do you do any? Because it is a thrower. Do you need to do anything to, augment this in some way, or not? I don't know. we see the targets. But I don't know. Is there, and again, it's 5 days, 12 hours. I forgot to put the build time in for the Punisher, but it wasn't it like 4 days, and it was about a day less, if anybody recalls. I forgot to put the build time in for the Punisher. Let me see if I. No, and I'm gonna have to refresh the game. If anybody has the game up, can you tell me what the blank hull Punisher MK2 build is? I looked at it earlier, but I forget.
Refresh.
Okay. If you have to refresh, I'm gonna. Nobody has. You have anything on this, Sturpy? Nope. Alrighty. If nobody has anything else on this, I guess we will move on. Oh, yep. We already have the upgrades for the Gladius. U1 is a heavy weapon slot. We've yet to receive the heavy weapon. There might be heavy weapons out there, but I seriously doubt those are the ones that they're intending. Either be available in a TLC in 2 weeks, or pillage, or the next raid. Okay, yeah, it's 4 days, 15 hours. Thank you, Adam.
And the upgrades, can you even use the... I was looking at the upgrades. They're interesting. In terms of what they're telling you, I feel like.
Well, the evade bonus, you started at 15, you adding 10. Well, the heavy weapon slot, we don't know what that's going to do, because a lot of times heavy weapon slots add a lot of attributes to your ship that aren't associated with just being a weapon. You know, they can add speed, evade, survival. You know, they could have add a lot of things to your ship at that point.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the evade and thinking, well, that probably means evade's going to be needed. So guidance number 3, I'm just thinking of like guidance number 3, and then the U3, your survival increases by a not too bad of a margin, and you also double your ballistic damage, which is huge.
Yeah, very true, because you know, as we see, we only have 2 armor slots, which are they giving 5,000 each, or how much are they giving each one of those armors?
Each one of those armors is giving 12.8 thousand.
Okay. So it is a jump. So it's so basically you are adding a little bit less than that armor available from both the hull, which has nothing, and then the armor that you add onto it. This does not include the aura from the bonus effect, the Legion Honor aura.
Yeah, because that's 4,000 per, and then the flagship will probably be 10,000. So,
but you said the ballistic damage doubles it. It doesn't, because we start off with plus 500%.
Well,
so it goes plus 600.
Going from is that not how I'm not quite. We're doing math.
No,
here.
It works like survival. So you're already at plus 500. So
I'm not sure about that.
You
so
can work
if I have 5, it says no. It doesn't, because putting on one armor that adds plus 3% ballistic damage brings the whole from 500% to 518%. So it plus 100% will double your ballistic damage. I'm like 99% sure on that.
Okay, so we're going to go from plus 500 to plus 1,000 at U3.
Plus some more upgrades that you have in there, yes.
Okay. We'll have to see, folks. I don't know. They do stuff every week that surprises and shocks me. So, because it would make sense that you would basically be adding like 15% on, but if you're going from 500,000 ballistic damage bonus to 1,000, that's much more significant. So, but we don't know anymore. So, all right, let's unless we got anything else, let's move on from the Gladius. All right, the Pharaoh cannon.
Looks
Pharaoh is
familiar.
iron in Italian, but it's steel in Latin. So there you go. And it's not as far back. On the right, I have the capitalist cannon, which is the limited that you could start to get in pillage, and you can get another 10 in this raid, cut and run. Normally, we're used to a 20% differential in damage. This is identical to the limited, except for it's like 9.5, 9.8. It's not even a 10% increase in damage, let alone the 20 that we're used to. So I don't know why that they lowered the differential, but it seems to be there. Thoughts, anybody?
No.
Okay.
Not on the stats. It looks a lot like the Aeromakill, whatever the heck they call it.
Yeah, Golden Eagle thing.
Yeah, Golden Eagle. Looks a lot like that.
Oh, as far as the way it looks?
Yeah, just the.
Yeah. And then somebody said it looked like a head with wings, which,
Wow.
It looks
Yeah.
like that old for the Pegasus, the bladed pinion missile or whatever that looked like a rooster,
Yeah.
Doom Rooster robot, one of those.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, I mean, the capitalist cannon is the preferred. There's 10 available, and we expect to have 40 available. So, and again, we don't have any countermeasures. So, same weight. So, if you can do it, I would go this way, but it's not at this point in time, unless they change it on like Saturday or Sunday or next week or the following week.
When the raid starts.
Yeah. This is not. It's not as much of a increase as what we're used to.
So it's not a game changer.
It could be. I mean, because as far as what a game changer is, as far as if that is killing the target before it fires, we haven't seen the target or interactions with the target. If that is killing the target before it fires again, it could be 2% difference, and that's a big deal. If it, let's say the target has a turret that has an 8-second reload time, and if you have 40 of the Pharaoh cannons, it fires twice. But if you have 40 of the capitalist cannon, it only fires once. So it could be a game changer. I don't know. But as far as just raw damage numbers, it's not a huge difference. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right, let's move on to some of the specials. We have it is mass moment. I wanted it to be momentum. Maybe this wouldn't fit. Mass moment stabilizers. Is there a reason the kids would call it mass moment?
No idea.
Okay, all right. Because it does look like some sort of ornate priest headgear, like it occurred at Mass. But I compared it to Nuclear Accelerators 3. They both have very long build times. One second. They both have a day and a half of build times. This is why I brought up between the 5 days, 16 hours, and the 1 day, 16 hours for this, in order to get your cannon to go from a range of 50 to a range of 100. You need to have both of them. So I think that's the reason these VXP tokens are out there.
That makes sense.
So, because it is going to take, it is going to take a while. It's going to take 7 days before you start even putting weapons on it. So that's why I said pay attention to those earlier. It is a. Yeah, I would recommend getting them. I'm just saying it's 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 a lengthy build time. So, alrighty. Anything else on the MMS?
Nope.
Okay. Let's move on. Ballistic Battery 2. This is limited. The other one was non-limited. So you get 5 of these. Same build, increase in build time by 5 hours. Double turret defense, 12%.
Which means nothing because it's just like adding 1800 survival. It's going to mean very, very little.
Yes, especially as you increase the upgrade levels of your ships. Because I wish, I completely forgot about doing anything with my mutineers, and now, with the ones that are X1, I wish I made some changes, and you probably know the changes I was thinking of. Because
like
now
using Reef Rider.
Well, I was thinking more armor-wise. I was thinking more that my, losing a little bit of survival for evade might be okay at this point. So, all right, let's move on. This is the last one, so we can go backwards. Does anybody want to hit any of the targets or see what they look like, at least as far as go all the way back to the target slide, which is number 5, if you could. Derpy or Magic Mike? Magic Mike, you can't.
I can't. Right.
Okay, Derpy is the only one. You have any interest in hitting the one? I don't know. Do you have any interest in hitting any of these targets?
Yep, I'm happy to do it.
Okay. Which one do you? I noticed in your video that you were hitting them with your the free fleet and as built fleets. Is one in better shape than the other?
Right now, the my build is better. It's in better shape than the Kickside one.
Okay.
So
I
it's
was a little worried about your
repaired.
screen for a second. I was wondering what you were. Didn't it look like a 1930s TV for a little bit?
I mean, I guess it was flat.
Oh,
The
aspect ratio was completely square. Yeah.
Or should we do the? I guess we should do the easy one first, right?
Yeah. The 124 or the 126, whatever your
I'll
preference.
try the 126.
Okay.
Now, the longer load times here, I guess, are nice. It took me 40 seconds to get to the 909 earlier. 40. Anyway.
Yeah, and I really hope they increase that across. I think that if they move that across the game to different targets, especially as people start to use HTML5. And are you using HTML5 or are you using Flash?
Yep, HTML5.
Okay. Yeah, as you see, they're not cloaked here, and you came in about 6 or 7 o'clock.
Yep, 6 o'clock, and killed the battlecruiser from the side, maybe a little bit ahead of it. The
Yeah.
first one's pretty easy.
Hmm.
The second one is much harder.
Okay. Let's see where this. Wouldn't you want to go? Okay, I see the reason you're not probably going ahead of it is. Well, no,
Yeah,
because
the
it's going away
typhoons.
from. Yeah,
The
yeah,
typhoon's right here.
yeah, and it's going away from you, right?
Yeah,
Oh no, no,
it's
no, oh no, it's facing at about 7 o'clock, 7:30, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's an issue. Well, it's more facing about 8 o'clock, 8:30. That's an issue because
7:45.
I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and get close to it and see if I'm just fast enough. So I was just barely fast enough with the U3 upgrades.
There you go.
To shoot at it, but I didn't quite kill it. And now I made the
Oh,
typhoon angry.
yeah, you didn't get it this time either.
I
Oh,
didn't.
it's turning around.
I got it. I didn't
Okay.
shift click it, so that was the problem.
Yeah, and we see. Oh, yeah, you had one launch runner.
Are you
Land
an
right.
HTML or regular?
Yeah, I can see those rings. Yay.
Yeah, the rings are much more visible. And you did notice that one landed right below him, but a little bit to the side. But I guess we're still screwed if it lands flat underneath you, right?
Yeah.
Basically, yep.
Is it HTML? So
Yes.
Yep.
okay, so I can't watch the bar. Okay.
Well,
see
I think
the
my
one
bar's
lower
actually
right.
been working.
I see the one on lower right.
Is it working?
Doesn't
No.
The
look
one
like
on
it
the
to me.
top left isn't.
No, it's not working.
That's what I was looking at, and that's why I asked the question. Okay.
Yeah, because we can see in the bottom right you've taken a decent amount of damage, and the top left you haven't taken any. So,
And
yeah,
I have in settings. I have projectile effects turned on, or particle effects, or projectile explosions, or both of them. One of those means that whenever those fire rings hit, there's a little mortar explosion cloud that pops up, which
That would
can
be
help.
Mike, I see the new FM hull isn't in the raid. Yeah, the effort is in the raid. I think it's 4 million. And the thing about this target is it's slightly randomized is in regards to I guess the positioning of the ships or the number of ships, or have you hit enough of them to see what's being randomized? Because that was one of the promises that they gave us, so to speak.
that it is.
I'm not.
or it's
I'm not really sure. I think the clouds might be random in their number and position, or just their position, and then it's possible for one of these typhoons to be an ammo carrier or vice versa.
Okay. Yeah, because it's not made it to my sector yet, so I've only seen these through the eyes of you and TSM.
Well, it took 20 minutes repair on that one. I felt like that was I thought it was going to be bad, but that should be instant in base. That wasn't perfect. Messed up a few times.
So on the 120, the 126, you're taking more even damage, while the 124, well, I guess we'll get to the 124, where the damage seems to be concentrated on a single ship.
I can't quite tell. I think whenever you take damage from torpedoes, which is all of these targets, damage seems to be concentrated more on a few ships. So, I can't quite tell which ones it ends up being. Like I've got 6 minutes damage on this one and 4 minutes. So I can't quite tell if it is ship 5 or 2 or 1 and 5 or whatever else, but I wish that it was even.
Yeah. I go back and forth as far as things being even, because you could still, you could still move things around and build tanks and things like that if they aren't even, right?
But it's at this point it's random enough that you can't build anything as a tank.
Okay. Well, we'll see when we get to the 124. Does anybody want to guess if it's 85% of his damage is going to be on the 5th ship? Or
I would bet against that.
okay. well, now you're just going to stick the flag way out in front and just drive all your ships away.
Well, it depends on
But
how much we're betting.
yeah.
I got a minute left on the repair.
Okay.
And
Is anybody in the game? Michael keeps on saying the Everest is not there. I don't have the game live, but according to the briefing, it should be, I think, 4 million. It's 4 million, along with the Icefall mortar and the K2 bombardment system. The whole suite for that.
well, let me redeem my Gladius, and then I'll Then I'll check.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm signing on to look too.
I got it open. What are we looking for?
The Everest.
Okay.
Probably under Garrison.
Yeah, be under Garrison.
Well, I already
Yeah, I went to
own
Holster.
the
That's probably a
Everest.
mistake. Okay.
I didn't see it under Garrison.
No,
So it's
Holster.
the Icefall is there.
Yeah, the K2.
I can't even find the stupid. I can't scroll the stupid screen. Okay, well, it doesn't look like it's under Garrison.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah. So that's maybe a good thing to point out.
I don't even see it. Hold on.
Yeah,
I can't.
I see it.
My scroll bar is where?
Where?
Oh, I
down
found it.
next
It's
to
right
the
here.
mirror, under the
It's in
zip.
whole store.
Yeah, it's in the whole store.
It isn't all.
It's right here.
It's there.
Okay.
Right
There
hand
you-
side.
Okay, there you go. It's in the Hull Star, Mike. So
Buried in the middle of stuff.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
didn't make it easy to find.
They need a search bar split it into different tabs. Come on.
All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, I missed that back when they
There
had
it
it,
is.
you could look for it
Yeah.
for stuff. I also missed the rate briefing not having the whole list because you could search that. They could add a search engine to a prize list. It would help.
Yeah, they're too busy with HTML5 to worry about our gameplay experience.
And I actually understand that.
Well, to some level.
Well, I think once HTML5 and it's all over done with, I think things will start getting better.
Yeah, they better.
If they have two systems, they have to change code in two systems. I can see why they hold off. Oh, Michael,
Well,
you must spot it. Everest has been out for a couple months now.
just 1 month, right?
Just 1 month? I don't know. Seems like forever ago. That's
I
right.
took some drone damage there.
I think all the targets so far definitely changed for the better.
The problem with this one is that you can't actually auto it too well. You end up getting, I'm not sure how to describe it. You end up shooting at an ammo carrier instead of Juggernaut X at one point for the second one. And then you end up shooting at another one before the fourth. So it's not really built super well to auto. But especially if your fleet has fairly low damage and not enough proto ammos. But
It's hard to see your damage, but it doesn't look like you took a lot.
well, that one looks like only concussive right there, which was weird considering I saw the drones fire like twice. Maybe that damage was just too small and didn't count. I'm not sure. 9 minutes damage.
Wow.
And that wasn't even that bad driving.
Yeah. Like I
I
said,
do have it upgraded, so some upgrade to some level. Flagships at U3, one of them's at U2, one of them's at X1, then the other is at other two are at U3. But 9 minutes damage on that target, just a very short target, a tiny bit of driving. So it's not bad.
well, that's pretty good.
I'm going to have to probably start autoing those now before I get bored. Well, the fifth ship did take like 50% of the damage.
Okay.
But I did drive it out a little bit in front on purpose one time.
I see. One time, but you drove other ones.
Well, they were against 4 ships. It probably tanked 2 of them.
Okay.
Well, that's a lot easier than the 126.
Yeah, and if you autoed it with your real fleet,
No, I might try that.
and
Yeah,
but
why don't you
it's,
do
as
it?
far as what is the level of your flag at this point?
It's U3.
Okay, so
I
it doesn't
didn't.
self-generate.
I was just short of getting it up to X1. But this one, if you auto it, and I'll auto it this time if I get repair. Okay. You seem to be in range of an ammo carrier pretty much all the time, so that really shouldn't matter.
Okay.
The problem is if you don't have enough upgrades done, this first hole will start moving forward, and the drones will start actually spawning in before you kill this first one with the U0 fleet. My fleet's good enough that I kill this first one fine.
But as I recall, even with the Kix fleet, you didn't take any explosive damage from the drones, right?
That's what it said, but I'm not sure if I should believe that.
Okay.
And now autoing the second group, the big problem is it targets this ammo carrier and doesn't retarget onto the Juggernaut X or the Juggernaut.
Okay.
So that's the big problem I'm seeing here. And I guess at this point, the ammo generation would be helpful.
Yeah.
Also, your anties are working.
They are shooting. It's hard to tell at this exact moment.
Well, I saw them. Yeah, they're clicking off like 2 of them.
They're taking out more of what I would say like 30%.
Yeah.
And then you come directly to this one right here and kill this. And then you start killing some ammo carriers while this Jug X right here comes towards you. So this target is not an ideal target to auto. Mm-hmm. And at this point, ship number 2 has taken a fair amount of damage.
Okay.
and I'm going to start. I'm going to again now. I'm hitting this last Jug Axe without my proto ammo, and you really can't even see it because all the projectile explosions are on. But
Yeah. Okay.
so this isn't bad to auto, and again, the health bar is not working.
Yeah.
This isn't bad. I wonder if I should put on some kind of concussive damage boosting, maybe the salty dogs. I don't know.
And TSM took 17 minutes on auto for the X1 fleet. TSM, how much of that was?
Well, I took 15, so my U3
Oh, okay,
build
look
is
at
better
that.
than TSM. My U3 fleet's better than TSM's X1.
Yeah, you got the auto skills down. I was going to ask both of you, is even at 15 minutes or 17 minutes, is that on instant repair on the dock, or is so much of the damage concentrated in one ship that you still have 4 or 5 minutes of repair on a single ship? So,
And I am using the sea serpent's crew.
Lego is out there singing your praises, your auto skill praises.
Well, thank you, Lego. I appreciate my auto skill.
Yeah.
I appreciate the appreciation of it. I do have a crew on. That might be why. I don't know if TSM had a crew, or I just got lucky with RNG.
Yeah, except with an evade crew. So yeah.
Okay, so that's what I have. Well, I have 9 minutes and 8:47 on this last hole.
Okay, so you do have like about three or 4 minutes left. So it's not instant repair even at 15 minutes.
Not this time, but
And TSM ship 5 was at most. So, but I think it's different with if you drive or if you don't drive, because if you drive, a lot of times you're driving away from them. So ship 5 is the closest when they're getting targeted by torpedoes. But if you're autoing, I don't know why the flag is not getting hit as much, but maybe that explains why the second ship is getting hit most when he was on auto versus when you were driving. It was ship 5. Does that make sense?
when I drove, it was also ship 2, if I remember correctly. I feel like it's random. Maybe a touch more favoring one, but it's just I just can't tell.
Okay. All right. So we have 2 or 3 minutes in case you want to hit the 909, and but we'll wait 2 or 3 minutes for you to repair on that one, if that's what you want to do. And I'll throw out a link in case anybody wants to join the show, since we're past the hour and we're sort of winding down. So if anybody has any comments or wants to show us some new tricks, glad to hear it. So GSM says the 909 was fun to do after a 3-minute wait. So,
yeah. The part you don't realize about the 909, or I didn't realize about the 909, was that the Juggernaut X's, you don't need to kill the battle cruisers before killing those things.
Yeah, because they only auto heal the name I keep on getting wrong. I want to call it a Tempest, and that's wrong. Is it Tempest? Did I get the name right this time?
No.
Yeah, I always get it wrong. I don't know why I keep on wanting to call it the Tempest. So,
Oh, I guess I can go roll a crew.
yeah, it's 22 hours longer than what we saw with the Punisher Dynamite. Typhoon, yeah. Or mean, there's a tempest in a teacup, but there's not really typhoons in a teacup. Is that the difference?
Well, I guess it's time to scrap my dragoons. Okay, here we go. Still on present. Okay, 909. I'm gonna. Does it matter where you enter from? I'm gonna try the right side, 3 o'clock. I entered at 9 o'clock before. And again, this target takes a long while to actually get in. Okay, so it does matter the angle. I'm finding those direct side ones are best. Now this thing is going to be shrouded. Yep. So I guess I'm going to go for this Jug X. And then the center, and then see what spawns. Now I have to kill all these yellow things to end the target. Does that mean I don't need to kill the battle cruisers to end this target? Do they have a yellow priority marker on them? I don't think they do. But
Only
I don't know.
Points. If you want to get all the points, you need to wait.
But I need to kill the battle cruisers anyway, right?
It doesn't start here for another 50 minutes, so I don't.
Like I can't kill the typhoons without killing the battle cruisers.
Yeah, Stormcrutchers is bringing up the TLCs, which are, it feels like, beating a dead horse as far as the TLCs that show up on Raid Week.
For a silverfish?
Yeah.
Or I guess it's the breachers, these ones.
Yeah. Well, at least there's a fair amount of ammo carriers in here.
I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It's just long.
Yeah, that's the difficult bit. Or the annoying bit, rather. I guess if you get the timings down, it could be a bit better. Like right now, if I was just further forward, I could get this battle cruiser. Looks like I can anyway.
Yeah, the slow shot from the flag should take care of that. And there we go. Oh, there we go.
Oh, I've got that one.
Yeah, once you get in the slow shot, and they're running at you. They don't even know what's going on. They should be running away from you. Okay, that one just. Yeah, that one's uncloaked or decloaked.
Unshrouded. Ah, come on. He'll come back.
They always come back for more, don't they, Derpy?
Yeah. Now at this point, all the ships left in the target. I guess the Typhoon I don't need to kill, and so you don't need to kill the Typhoons or battle cruisers. You could just do only the ammo carriers.
And the Jog X is right.
Yeah, I think those. So I guess this Typhoon I don't need to kill. But I wonder how many of the points are actually in that Typhoon. And if you could just kill some ammo carriers in this target or the other ones, just kill some ammo carriers and retreat. And leave some other poor person to kill the target with no ammo carriers in it.
No, this target automatically.
Oh, you
Well,
can't retreat from this one.
A, you notice you don't have a retreat button. Then B, it resets after.
So I just kill the ammo carriers and don't hurt anybody.
Okay. Well,
Or the 124 or 126.
ammo carriers matter. So, you feel pain. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. But is there a okay, so you get the set completion bonus of killing one of these along with the normal S targets, which gives you another 250k. So you get a set completion bonus of 500k for killing a 124 and a 126. So do you see that as advantageous in any way? For half a set completion bonus just to kill those,
hitting is hitting this target beneficial? Is that what you're asking?
Well, your approach to hitting the target, where you want to hit just the things to get it completed. That was more my question.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe this typhoon, I should just ignore it instead of trying to engage it with nothing around it because I killed everything.
Well, you obviously didn't kill everything because the target hasn't ended.
Well, I killed everything around it, rather.
Okay.
I think it's an interesting target. It just takes way too long.
Yeah, as far as the timing and I mean, how many targets are on this? Is it 50, 60 ships?
Not quite that many. They're just kind of spaced out. I don't know, 20, maybe.
Okay.
This is be a good way maybe to help somebody.
I guess it is a co-op target, and it
Right.
takes nothing away from you if they sit in the corner.
So if you're trying to help your alliance mates and they can get, hit these ammo carriers.
Well, took some explosive damage. I don't know quite from what. I didn't get all the points for this one. Huh.
But you killed everything.
Hour and a half of repair time. That's not bad. Well, I guess it kind of is if you're getting 1 million points for this, just over 1 million for this, and you also get 1 million for the 124 or 126 with less driving time.
Right.
I don't think this target takes too long.
Bet you 10 of these, you get a badge. Well, I think the raid's not going to be too bad. Everybody's got a fleet, should be able to do something, so that people shouldn't have an excuse not to be able to do anything in this raid. And if you got a buddy, you can team up and that target for the bonus. Hopefully someone can help prep out the other two. If needed. You should be able to do them, though, without help. Right? The 124 and the 126?
Yeah, you should be able to do those with your free fleet.
So the rate's doable. That's always a good thing. So how come your flag is different than your rest of your fleet, Derby?
Because I like this skin right here, this red skin, because
I,
it's my colors, right? And the flag. I spent like 24 coins on repair for this one, so
I got the one similar to it that was free. I like it. I like the flower.
I don't know. So, are more things attracted to the flower? Bees and whatnot? I don't know.
Yeah, might make that little battleship come to you instead of run away.
All right, so you took an hour and a half of damage for 250K? Well, 250K plus...
A million.
plus nearly 1 million.
Okay. So it doesn't really compare to the S-sets.
I think the S sets are a better use of both your physical driving time and your repair time.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I put the link on there. Let's see. I guess it was a while back. Okay. Yeah, as far as just I don't start for another 40 minutes. My strategy for night is basically to auto the 124s until potentially rotating ships until they're about dead, and then I'll deal with the 126 tomorrow because I don't start till late at night, relatively. That's my thought on it. I don't know, for those.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you don't want to spend forever playing the game, hit the 126s driving and hit the 124s before bed, like you said.
Yeah. Because you can stack them up. I don't know. I put the last time for the link to the show and the after show on the right-hand side in case anybody wants to join. But do we have much else to talk about?
Nope.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I guess we'll see you on Friday when maybe we know a little bit more, and you'll have best of luck in the raid.
Good night, all.
Later, people.